I will say this, Stephen A., with that being said, you're lauding this defense. Did they go out and get a veteran? Because Wilson's not going to be the answer for them.
Man, I'm calling Tom Brady. Tom, seriously, I am going to put a call into Tom Brady. All these other guys, I understand that Wentz is available and Nick Foles is available, and maybe you can get Matt Ryan to come up out of the booth with CBS. I'm calling Tom. Tom, seriously, we got $25 million on the table for us, or you. Can you come give us something?
Okay, I don't blame you for that, but I'm going to shock you with this.
What?
I probably would call Carson Wentz. Let me explain why. He was in Philly. Yeah. I know how that ended.
Yeah.
All right? I know Nick Foles is the one that won that Super Bowl for them, even though he was an MVP, top 2 MVP candidate before he went down.
Yes.
With
he was going to win it.
In the season. He was going to win the MVP
He was.
year, right? But I had this looked up because it's very important that I point this out, okay? 2 seasons since leaving Philadelphia, is only 11-13 as a starter. Colts, then Washington. But he did complete 62% of his passes. He did throw 38 touchdowns with 16 picks. And obviously, when you consider, he turns 31 in December. When you consider the problems that I highlighted with Brown, with Becton on the offensive line, my concern is having any quarterback that's a stationary target. And so you need a quarterback that's not going to throw but so many interceptions, A, and B, that's somewhat mobile.
Right.
That's the only reason I bring up Wentz. That's it.
Can we play out Shannon's thought experiment,
Sure.
Though? So let's say Tom Brady said, okay, cool, unique opportunity. The New York Jets. No, I'm just saying, he's got a son that lives in New York. Let's do it. How hard is that to step in?
It's very hard because he had no – Tom works best when it's his system.
Yep.
He's never played in this system before. Even when he got to Tampa, they ran a lot of what he had run before. And when the bye came, they basically said, okay, Tom, everything that you want to run has been implemented. And you see they took off that first year he got there because he was all his stuff. Quick, a lot of smoke screens, a lot of jailbreak screens, getting the ball out of his hands quickly. I don't know in the West Coast system, it's getting the ball out of your system, but not like Tom Brady is accustomed to getting the ball out of his hands.
Here's where I disagree with you profoundly about Tom Brady, although I wouldn't blame you for making that call as a 7-time champion. Of course you make that call. But here's where I disagree. Number one, what you just highlighted, all the intricacies of that. New system, new players, unfamiliar. It's not like you would be going to Josh McDaniels, who once coached you.
Correct.
It's not like you would be going to Bill O'Brien, who once coached
Correct.
you. You're going to an entirely new situation. And by the way, Nathaniel Hackett is there. You're going from them to Nathaniel Hackett. That ain't working. Just cancel that, okay? So we get that out the way. Number 2, the stationary target that I pointed out. Number 3, you haven't been working out and getting yourself conditioned for an NFL season because you retired officially and you were looking to go into the booth after taking a year off, all of this other stuff. That's number 3. And number 4, the level of competition in the AFC. You were in Tampa last year in the NFC. Now you would be against Buffalo, against Miami, against Cincinnati, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Kansas City, Jacksonville, Los Angeles Chargers. I'm sorry. If I'm Tom Brady, hell no. I'm not putting myself in that position. I'm messing with my brand.
Okay, you make him tell you no.
Okay.
I mean, you make him tell you no.
That's fair.
You make him tell you no.
I'm just telling you, Tom Brady, I wouldn't think about it. I wouldn't think about it if I'm Tom Brady. That's all I'm saying. But I don't blame the Jets for calling.
Yeah. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of options out there because if you're a really good quarterback, you probably would be on a roster by now. You wouldn't be waiting for someone to call you, a Wentz, or Nick Foles, or a Matt Ryan, one of those guys. But you're looking at Matt Ryan is stationary. Nick Foles is stationary. So walking to him might be their best option. But the thing is, Stephen A., man, it's just like when the pressure starts coming around him, he drops his head and the ball just and he turns.
Talk about Wentz.
I'm talking about Carson Wentz.
Right.
The ball just starts dropping out of his hands.
I feel you. Well, let me ask this question: is Wentz a better option than Zach Wilson? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question.
Would you rather get run over by a Mack truck or a dump truck?
Well, I will say this:
the end result is just the same.
That's based on the Zach Wilson we saw last year. What about the one we saw last night? The one we saw last night looked like a better version in the room with Aaron Rodgers, obviously.
How many times that we've seen a guy come off the bench when the team hadn't prepared for him? Everything they had done was for Aaron Rodgers.
That's right.
Now, they do have tape on Zach Wilson, but that defense was not expecting to see Zach Wilson not one snap.
That's right.
Not even a victory formation.
Okay.
So he might have caught them off guard. Now, moving forward, I know he's going to be the starting quarterback. We'll see if he's able to replicate the second half of this game and bring it forward for the rest of the season.
You got other veterans. You got Nick. You got Joe Flacco out there.
No. Man, stop.
I know that. I agree. I'm just giving you the names. I'm just giving you that. I agree with you.
Hey,
we don't disagree. I'm just saying. I want the world to hear what you got to say. I just wanted to. I'm just giving you. I damn sure ain't saying I want them.
Give us the list.
Joe Flacco.
Okay.
Nick Foles. Colt McCoy.
Okay.
Matt Ryan was in the broadcast booth.
Yeah. They need to leave him there. Leave him there.
You see what I'm saying?
Leave him there.
I don't pick any of those dudes over Carson Wentz.
Where's Carson? In Montana? Hunting?
North Dakota. I don't know where the hell he is. I don't know where the hell he is. So we got to roll with Zach Wilson.
You got to roll with it.
You got to roll with Zach.
But you don't think Woody Johnson has Tom Brady's number? He got a personal number.
All right.
When you that influential, you a billionaire, you got Tom Brady's number.
What will be the upside for Tom Brady?
Play. Gives an opportunity to play.
No. There would be no upside for Tom Brady, who's getting $37.5 million once he goes into the booth next year.
Yeah.
All right, 10 years, $37.5, $375 million. I think he's all right. I think he's okay. Knowing that that's coming down the pipe for the next decade, I think he's all right.
Name the person that you ever heard say, I got too much money. You've heard people say, I got too many cars. I got too many homes. I got too many parents.
But I tell you who. The person that knows they got money to count on for the next decade and can use a year off because they've spent the last 20, 25 years working. That's who. I can tell you that much. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.